All right, so here's just a short video to show you what annotations are, where they're at, and where they're not. So we're going to start with where they're not. So the official website for your statutes of any state will not have annotations. Annotations are, for the most part, links to case law that interprets that statutory section. It costs a lot of money to pay somebody to link these things up, the statute and case law, and so you have to pay for that, and Lexis and Westlaw provide that service for you. So in video for the Practice 310, we were looking at this issue of a bulk amount of prescription drugs, and there's an interesting line in the statute, which is right here, which is the drug that could be obtained. Right? So if it's between the bulk amount and 5 times the bulk amount of what could be obtained, then it's a 3rd-degree felony. But it goes all the way up to a 2nd-degree felony if they have up to 50 times the bulk amount. And then it's a 1st-degree felony, which is like rape and murder, if it exceeds 50 times the bulk amount. So if you've like completely duped 1,000 different doctors, and so you're getting like 1,000 bottles of Adderall, and you have over 50 times the amount, then you're a murderer. Is how the state of Ohio looks at you. So anyway, this is interesting language though. Could be obtained. So technically, if you are duping a lot of doctors, you could obtain an unlimited amount of drugs. So it'd be interesting to see how the courts have interpreted this language, could be obtained. And so we need case law. But if you look here on the screen, there is no case law. It's just the statutory text. That's because we're looking at the Ohio official version. So we need to go over to like Lexis or Westlaw, and here we can get what are called the notes to decisions. If you scroll down below the statutory text, okay, so this is all statutory text you're seeing here, but then now it's over at the history, the statutory text is over, the annotations begin, and now this is a little table of contents for all of the notes of decisions. So now we could look among these cases here to see if any of them deal with that could be obtained language. Okay, so these are like immediately connected cases that are going to be the best cases for interpreting this statutory language. And then I'll show you the same thing in Westlaw. In Westlaw, you have these tabs up here, notes of decisions. That means there's 18 cases that interpret this statute. And then under citing references, says there's 150. So what's the difference? Well, 150 cases means that for one reason or another, that case cited to 2925.22. But then under notes of decisions, these have been filtered out. So the West attorneys sitting in their cubicles have decided that these are the best cases absolutely for your issue. And there's a little table of contents over here for our issue. Now, we're not going to actually answer this question about could be obtained, because really the main point of this is just to show you annotations. Okay, so here's the takeaway. The official statutory section does not have annotations. In Lexis and Westlaw, you want to click on notes to decisions or notes of decisions, whatever it's called, and then that will immediately get you to case law. So this is a great way to slingshot from the statute, which is step 3 of the research process, to step 4 of the research process. Okay, so you're about done with chapter 3, and then you just have one more practice to do here, and then there's a cumulative quiz, and then you're on to chapter 4, which is where we're finally going to look at case law. So I'll see you then.